All right, joining me now, it is Direct Action, direct from Belgium. Guys, thank you for joining.
Thank you very much.
I appreciate it. Before we get too far in, let's talk about the location that you guys are in. Today made sense specifically because all of you were able to get together and in studio there. Why don't you tell me, well, first, how about everybody introduce themselves? I'm getting ahead of myself here. And what you do in the band Direct Action. And then we should also touch on some other bands that you're in because we're going to get there. And then why don't you tell me about the location?
There is done. So I'm Bart, the vocals of Direct Action. I'm also a bass player. I play bass in Day Drinker. Been in the new Nation of Fire lineup, doing bass as well. I share the band with Hold the Crown, also on bass. Jurgen is actually the original bass player of Hold the Crown, and we got to meet each other by replacing him because he was on a mission outside of the country with the army. So that's how we got to know each other. Yeah, I'll just pass it on to the master of the studio.
So I'm Michael. So I'm the owner of the studio here. I've been doing this for more than 20 years. And
Congratulations, that's
I have
awesome.
nothing to do with the band whatsoever. But I enjoyed recording them. So yeah.
So also I want to let you know that this is the final days of the studio. It's gonna be demolished basically and rebuilt. So we were the last band to record here, and we're also the last one sitting here before Michael is starting to take everything apart and prepares everything for the new studio.
Well, that's fantastic. I guess real quick on that, a little history on your studio. Are there any notable recordings for you personally that you recall throughout the time? It sounds like 20 years. I don't know if you meant 20 years recording specifically there. I mean, that's got to be a storied history in and of itself, but anything memorable for you specific?
Oh, memorable. I started here 20 years ago, but I already did it like years before that, starting with a 4-track cassette machine. Like all the DIY underground punk bands and hardcore bands, they were looking for a cheap way to record their stuff. And there was I with my, hey, I'm gonna help you guys out, and didn't know actually what I was doing in the beginning. But from then on, I've been doing this like for forever, and I do also some live mixing as well for big festivals and hardcore festivals and all that. So yeah.
That's great. I did the same thing. I built somewhere to record people, and I haven't recorded anybody yet because I don't know what I'm doing, but I figure I will figure it out along the way.
That's what I did. So
I'm Jurgen. I'm the guitar player of Direct Action. I met Bart several years ago when he was replacing me with Halt the Crown. That was a band where I was bass player in because I was on a mission in a foreign country with the army. So Bart replaced me for several shows during my mission. And then when I returned, I retook the position in Halt the Crown. A couple of years later, we regained contact to play one show for Direct Action. And I just, I stuck with it, and
We found the final piece of the puzzle.
There you go.
that was very cool to play that show. Then we decided to play another show, and finally we decided to make some new tracks and just to record everything. And now we have a steady lineup, so everybody's happy with that.
Yeah, we're finally moving forward in a good direction with the band. Everyone's equally motivated and into it in their own way, contributing in their own way. So it started basically as a like a studio project I used to do because I had to vent a bit of my energy. Because as a bass player, you never have the opportunity to write songs by yourself, or at least you're not taking seriously. So I started writing songs, started a studio project, and then it kind of turned out to something we did in between bands because the vibe was good, so everybody wanted to bring it live. But at the end, our last guitar player kind of gave up. He messed up live and couldn't forgive himself, so he disappeared. And in came Jorgen.
Yes,
And suddenly,
I didn't play guitar for 6, almost 7 years because I'm a bass player as well. We have 3 bass players in the band, by the way.
yeah,
so-
we're a band of bass players and a drummer.
Yeah. It was almost 7 years that I touched my guitar, and yeah, straight away, Bart helped me out, so I helped Bart out.
Yeah, it was that kind of thing.
The train went rolling again, so that made me very glad to have a steady band again, because I did some projects with black metal bands as well. Didn't went always the good way, and then I just quit everything that's black metal to play. Still listen a lot of black metal, but I really enjoy my time in Direct Action as a guitar player. We all have our freedom, so
Yeah,
that makes it cool.
That is
absolutely.
cool. Well, 3 bass players, you guys, it would probably sound like shit, but you should consider all 3 of you playing bass and figure out a way to make one song, no guitar, just bass, 3 bass going and a set of drums and see what happens.
Yeah, maybe for the future, because I'm also active now in a second band. It's called Nillik, Nothing in Life is Certain, and there I'm a bass player as well. We played our first show last weekend in a cafe that was really small, but yeah, cafe was good, full with people. Cool show to play as well.
I think those are great venues. Like, I guess you always want to play in front of as many people as possible. That's probably a desire when you play live because more people get to be exposed to what you're doing, and therefore maybe more people will spread the word of what you're doing too. But I think the venue size is, if it's full, it doesn't really matter how big. You can go play in a basement, and if there's 20 people and the basement's packed, the show was probably really fun and probably memorable to play, even though there was only 20 people. Now, if there's 20 people inside a venue that holds like 300 people, that's memorable for the wrong reasons, I'm sure. But but when the venue fills up, it's really cool. I think to have that kind of packed atmosphere, regardless of the size.
Oh, we are definitely a band that thrives in small venues, for sure. We only played small venues, and it was always great. And what I really enjoy about Direct Action is that we can just play in front of our friends in a bar. I like to play everywhere, but just in a small venue in front of your friends, especially when it's packed, when the vibe is good, there's nothing that beats that. I really miss that.
I think a
So-
lot of people I really enjoy those. You hear people talking about, oh, I remember seeing that band that's huge now, back when they were playing club shows, right? And those are memorable because you like to go to club shows, the smaller venues. And it's really cool when bands do tours again and then they play them. I mean, they sell out, so it makes it really difficult for more people to see, but I think they're better. I like going to bigger shows. I went and saw Goldfinger came through town here a week or 2 ago. And, there's a lot of people. It was a huge venue, and it was nice to see Goldfinger because I hadn't seen Goldfinger since the 90s. And the benefit for me as a fan is I'm looking at it like, hey, it's cool that a lot of people are into this, but I still prefer to go to the shows where the venue holds like 200 people. And those shows are the better shows. I like getting to see bands that come through that fills up, and I get to enjoy it in that atmosphere as opposed to some big open area that holds a few thousand people in it. And I know it sounds like, wouldn't we all rather just play in front of 1,000 people? How many people are watching? But I think for a fan, it's really fun to get that more intimate atmosphere.
Also, as a band, there's nothing better than being face to face with the audience. Like that, the best shows to me are without a stage, just in front of the audience and just feed off each other's energy. That's what I like the most. Like in a couple of weeks, we're playing with a band called the Jesters. They're friends of ours, and they play in this tiny bar, which will organize their last show there, so it's going to be packed anyway. And I saw them last time there. It was incredible. There's nothing compared to a band face to face with an audience that knows all of their songs.
And a lot of those bigger venues, the bands are saying, I can't see past like the third row, right? Because the lights are shiny. You can't even see the people that are there anyway. I guess you could probably hear, and it probably is loud when you're up on stage. But in the bigger venues, you can't really even see who's watching you anyway. But as you pointed out, in the smaller ones, it's more intimate. In a large crowd, there's going to be people singing, but in the smaller crowd, everybody's singing. You can tell the difference.
Exactly, exactly. That's why we really like with direct action, especially as a hardcore band. Now in Belgium, we got a sort of resurgence of the beatdown hardcore amongst the youth. So we're a band that likes our audience up front. We like them to sing along. I've seen those shows. I don't like playing in a large venue with a huge hall with
Right.
just two kids doing their thing while the other ones are watching when they're basically glued against the wall. I don't like that. I like our audience up front. I like them to join in, to sing along, just have a good time. Not
Right.
beating up your fellow man or something. Just have a good time together, you know?
Right. I think
Uh,
hardcore in general that draws the bigger bands. The festivals that I've gone to in the last few years, if there's hardcore bands, bigger crowds than the oi bands, the street punk bands, and so forth. Here in Salt Lake, the hardcore shows, there'll be like a hardcore band on tour, not necessarily like a very big one by any means. They're just on tour, so they're out of state. A couple local hardcore bands get thrown on the bill, and the crowd's way bigger than when you get bigger named bands that come through. So
wow,
I
that's
think
great.
just hardcore in general is just up in popularity.
Yeah. I've seen that in the USA, especially Salt Lake City. You got a really good big scene going on. I
Yeah.
see a lot of cool videos passing from there, yeah. And
Yep.
it's great to fuse other genres together. That's basically what we are doing. We're basically creating our own scene because we don't fit in with the other hardcore bands. So we're playing with punk bands, grindcore bands, uh,
Grunge bands.
ba- uh,
Grunge bands.
grunge bands, thrash metal bands. Just basically every band that plays this fast-paced kind of music, and we're now basically building up our own scene in venue like Fortin Viz, or our release party is going to be in a cafe in Moeskroon, and we have a like a support those who support you policy. So whichever band we're playing with or does something for us, we do something back, and we're really into organizing shows with mixed lineups as well. And so far, I noticed that the scene around here, people are more interested in that now. People are more open-minded to see like a punk band and then a hardcore band and a thrash metal band. I really like that.
I like the mixed bills too. I think most people in general, me included, I like a lot of styles of music. I like it when it's a good mix. You know, when you have all one genre, like five bands or four bands or something, and then you mix one that's completely different. That's not a great idea, but I like the mix, like you said, put a grindcore band and then a metallic hardcore band, and those aren't too different. They're different, but not too different. But then you throw in like a street punk band or something along those lines, and it's really cool because you get to go experience. Because you're probably going to see one of the bands, but then you get to go see some other bands that might turn you into other bands and so forth.
Absolutely, absolutely. And that's in my opinion what street punk and oi scene needs to do. Because it's here, at least in Europe, it's aging. It's there's no new people coming to shows anymore. It's just the same draw of people that come to the same shows. It's great that they're very supportive and everything, but it's not bad to branch out a little. Let other people get into it and discover new styles and genres. You know,
Yeah.
that's what I really notice about that scene. It's not the same in hardcore. Hardcore's more generational, in my opinion. We have a scene with people playing in their 50s. We got a scene with people in bands, hardcore bands, in their 40s, but we also have teenagers who just started out. There's, I think the kids from the guys from Congress or something. How's that band called again? 14, 15-year-olds. They started a 8,000 band.
Listed.
Listed, yeah. Yeah, that's a really cool
Kids
band.
from,
Yeah.
whatever it takes.
from whatever it takes. There you go. I like that. That's generational. I don't see my kids play street punk or oi. It's too close in my opinion.
Yeah, I think most
Uh,
genres would be benefiting. If you do a show, you want to get, you know, if you're a younger band, get an older band. If you're an older band, get a younger band. I know that there's people out there that like what they like. I don't understand the attitude, but I know it exists of no new music is good. I only like the, you know, older stuff or something like that. I don't understand it because new music's coming out all the time. New bands are coming out all the time. I'm constantly finding bands always of
Quality
either
is
new
so much
music.
better as well. The quality and the songwriting, it just keeps evolving and evolving in street
Right.
punk and oh, it's crazy. Yeah, and I know there's purists who want to have the exactly same sound as in the 80s and everything, but you should give it a shot because there's a lot of talented musicians out there,
Right.
really, and
And
pushing the
Oi
music
wasn't Oi
level.
when it started. I mean, it was something else, right? And there's people that started doing it. They heard a thing they liked and they start doing what they like. And then other people hear it and like, I like it, but I'm going to do something else, or combining a variety of genres, which now I can't even keep up with all the names of the subgenres and all the crap, man.
I
I'm just
saw it.
like, it's hardcore or it's punk. I don't know. It's Oi. It's not the time I can't even tell. Like, is that Oi? Are they Oi? Are they street? I don't know. Who fucking cares?
It
It's
sounds
punk and
great.
it's under punk umbrella.
Absolutely, absolutely. Yeah.
When are you guys doing your album release? Let's talk about your new music.
I don't know. By the time this is being put out, we haven't shared the news yet. But if not, you heard it here first. It's gonna come out on WTF Records in Holland, and it's gonna be on LP, 200 copies, yellow. We have the everything ready. Everything's been sent to the pressing plant, and we expect to release it in February. We're gonna have a show in Mouscron in the French part of Belgium. The 6th of February, we're gonna have Scraps, a legendary punk band from the north of France. We're normally gonna have Spirit of Youth. That's a legendary Haythausen band. I don't know if you know a bit the history of this side of the country. The Haythausen is the western part of Belgium that had this metallic kind of groovy scene in the 90s, and those are like that they basically started with it. So they're gonna do a reunion show at our show. We just have to find an opening band. And what we do is, like you said, we just see what turns up, and we take the youngest band that wants to play to open up, you know. So it's gonna be a great night.
That's
We're
awesome.
gonna release. In the meantime, we're gonna release a single, which is called Forward. We basically contacted the same artist. It's a guy called John Mayo. He did artwork for some terror merchandise, Trapped Under Ice. I saw Agnostic Front passing by, a really great guy. It's more a comic style of artwork. So for that single, we contacted the same guy, and we're gonna have a separate artwork for the single of Forward. So that's all the stuff that's coming up. And yeah,
That's
in the
awesome.
meantime, yeah, WTF Records is also a label that's very strong online. So they're gonna promote us well online via social networks, and it's also probably gonna be on Spotify, YouTube, and everything. So yeah, I'm very happy with the cooperation with Tim from WTF Records as well. He's a great guy. Yeah, so that's everything that's coming up. That's not been told yet. So
That's great
you're
news.
the first one.
Excellent. Well, I appreciate you sharing it with me.
Yeah,
So you're going to release one single before then, digitally. That obviously it'll be digital for
yeah,
the
it's gonna
single.
be digital release, but with a cover artwork of its own, a single artwork of its own. I'm still looking for the artwork for a second single, which will probably be how it's called, Not Too Late. So I'm still looking for an artist who can do something with an hourglass or something. something like that. I think I'm gonna ask one of my friends. I got a couple friends at Tattoo to make a sort of flash art and release that as a second single. I like to get everyone involved.
I see that, and I really like the additional artwork that people do. It kind of tells more of the story visually, right? Like the song is its own story in some way. The album or EPs are a story. The songs are the chapters, as it were. But then to add the visuals with either the artwork to go along with singles, album artwork, or even music videos is really cool to kind of incorporate additional parts to the story. What I was going to say, matches my shirt right there. But in the meantime, you guys have other music that can be got, right?
Yeah, well, these are all sold out, the ones you're holding. We still have the shirt you're wearing. We have two types of shirt. The gray ones are almost sold out, but we got some black ones left. The tapes are all gone. But for those who are interested, all our old songs are on Bandcamp. You can just download them for free. I put them all in one album, and you can name your price. If you put in 0, you can still download everything, all the tracks. So even the live tracks and everything up until we're releasing the album.
Well, you're doing a show here in what, a week and a half? Is that a week from Friday?
Yeah. The 3rd of October with the Chesters.
Right.
Those are old friends of mine, a small bar. Yeah, we got a lot coming up. Jorge is also involved in a venue that's called the Vortenvis. So we're also doing a couple shows there in October. In October, we're playing with Rage Feeds Dead, a thrash metal band. Rancor, legendary band from the eastern side of Belgium, who was also involved in the scene in the 90s. They're a great band.
My other band, Nilik.
And Nilik, yeah. Jorgen's punk rock band. We just did their debut last week. And the day afterwards, we're playing with Nilik as well. And the 13th Turn, they're a British band, more of a punk street punk band. In Tournai, also in a small cafe. We got a show in November coming up with the Jesters. Yeah, we got a lot of shows coming up. We really want to do our best to play everywhere. By the way, if someone's listening, the 1st and the 2nd of May, we had a show in Germany that fell through, but we still want to go. So if anyone wants to hook us up somewhere in the middle of Germany, hook us up and we'll come over and play.
Anybody listening to Germany, help them out.
Yeah, exactly. Do that. We really like to play in your country. Same in Holland. We love playing in Holland. So yeah, we got that coming up. And also we got some friends in Spain, More Than Pain, and they want to invite us over in June in Spain. So we're going to play a show together, 1 or 2 shows with them. So we want to keep the ball rolling, promote the record well, and play anytime, anywhere, and just do our best. Our band's called Direct Action, so when we get on stage, it's all or nothing, no speeches, no bullshit, no nothing, just one song after the other, go, and yeah, that's what we
That's the way a hardcore show should be.
All or nothing.
Since you have quite a few shows before your debut, or not your debut, your album comes out in February, how many of the new songs are you playing in those live sets leading up to that release?
By now, about 4.
4? Okay.
And the album intro. So we grouped everything a bit together, that we play a part of the new album, a part of the
old stuff.
Yeah, the old stuff, and then the promo we're gonna play entirely with its intro and everything. So, well, we're introducing the new songs well in advance to the audience. We want to see what works. We're very curious for that.
So, like, now the new set is a healthy mix of everything.
Yeah, absolutely. We also threw the covers out.
You probably have plenty of material to play, so there's no room for a cover.
Now we do. I'm still writing as well. I got 4 songs up my sleeve I want to introduce to the band. So yeah, we just want to move forward. We already have the plans to put out the splits. Basically, I don't know when we're ready. We're gonna start recording, probably here in the new studio.
If it's gonna be ready.
When it's ready, yeah.
At your shows, what can people get? You said you have a couple more of these gray shirts. Since you're out of the cassettes and you're not going to have the new album until the February shows, what can people pick up from you at your upcoming shows, October, November?
Just 2 shirts and a great show.
Well, they can go get the music on Bandcamp then.
As well, there you go. Thank you very much for reminding me. It's all on Bandcamp for free. So download it, get into it, and come to the show and sing along.
That's fantastic. Well, we're playing forward on this episode, and that's going to be the first release single. You want to tell us a little bit about that track then?
Well, I don't know. It's a leftover of the promo track that was in the same vein lyrically as well. And we adjusted it a little bit and put it into the album. But it explains basically how people are, how they talk behind your back and everything, and they love to pull you down. People in general are not supportive. They're only supportive when you're down, but when you're winning, they're not there. They feel a bit sad that you're improving. So that's what this song is about. Forward, always keep on pushing forward. What I also do is in my lyrics is I'm sending a message to my kids, kind of, because the entire album is basically a message to my kids to keep on moving forward, never quit. Like have a positive attitude, to pass through hope to the next generation. Because I know music is something that lasts forever, even after we pass. And I want them to remind their father as someone that love to push them forward. If that makes sense, that's from the top of my head, but that's basically the mentality I have. Lyrically, it's from a time I was really into reading the Eddas, really Norse mythology. So it's kind of the perspective of a pagan of 1500, 2000 years ago on the modern world, because they had more sense of loyalty and more a sense of they were more honorful. So the song is mostly viewed from a ancient person thrown into today's reality from that perspective. If that makes sense, does it make sense?
It does make sense. I think most people nowadays are jealous, and I feel that's what you're getting at. They're jealous when people are working hard and getting things, right? Because most things take hard work. You don't just get, you don't hold your hand out and are given things. But with the way
Absolutely.
society is, kind of with the way we are, I don't know, last 50 years with the modern amenities and all of those things, you don't have to work as hard for certain things. Even people that have a regular job that they go to, you're not working that hard, right? But there's other people that don't want to settle for just a 9 to 5 job, paycheck, I'll pay my bills, I'll get by whatever. Some people want to work harder and get more.
And break
And
free.
other people become jealous of those things. And that's the people that are going to tear you down when you're working hard and getting more, because inside they're thinking, fuck that guy. Why do they get all that stuff? I think back in those period of time that you were talking about, for anybody to survive, you had to put in hard work. Everybody had to put in hard work. So for the benefit of everybody else. And so people weren't really jealous and trying to bring other people down, because inside they're thinking, well, if I worked harder, I could probably get that too, but I don't really want to work harder. I just want what they have. And that kind of is that negative attitude of, I want what you have, but I don't want to work for it. So instead, I'm going to shit on you and say bad things about you and not be supportive when you're doing well.
Mm-hmm. And that's the message that I want to convey in the song. Just put all the negativity aside, all the critics, and just keep on pushing forward.
That's a great track. I like the track. I heard all the tracks. Along those lines, do you want to talk about the other bands, right? You sent me some other tracks that we're going to include on the audio version over on Punkanoi Worldwide.
Yeah, since the record is gonna be Uh, Released on W2F Records. I send you a couple bands as well. Reverse Flow, which is a band we played with. Really nice guys that were ready to give a helping hand. They still support us. Rise Above as well. Great band that they're kind of the Dutch answer to Terror or something. I really like that band a lot, and they're very supportive. They always share the news. And they send in some great tracks. So I thought it would be a cool addition to get people familiar with the label we're gonna be on and the bands that they have to offer.
Yeah, the great, very fitting, right? Your band, hardcore. Those are some hardcore tracks. You included a Groink track, which is less hardcore than the other ones.
Absolutely. I had to include it as the other band from a bass player, and it's just
It's about pigs.
The subject is Groink is actually the sound pigs are making in French, I guess.
Yeah.
But there's something different, and the
They
track
just
is
do
actually
whatever
really
they like,
Yeah,
yeah.
they do whatever they like. They're a guitar player, a DJ, and
Yes,
Jeremy, our bass player, is singing in it. So those guys are always supporting us. We played some great shows with them. It's something different, you know. It's a odd combination, but it's always fun, and we're friends, you know. We're great. We always have a great time together. So I had to share the track, and it's fun to listen to as well, I think.
And again, we're talking about mixed bills. We're going to be playing some hardcore tracks, hardcore bands here, but we're going to mix it up on the episode and play things that it's not that distant, right? It all kind of is under that punk umbrella somewhat, but still a very cool track. So thank you for sending over Groink.
You're very welcome.
And then the other track that you sent over is just another one from Day Drinker, whom obviously I love. And you guys got a new guitar player in the band.
Exactly. Richard from the Reapers is gonna join us. So at the moment they're just hashing out the songs to do our first tryout. For the moment they're busy. Like Ronnie is busy in Crown Court. He has his claw hammer thing going on with Richard as well. Richard is still in the Reapers. So we're trying to figure out a moment that we can get together and start the engine again. I know it's going to take a while, but I think the moment we're going to play together, it's going to fire on all cylinders again. And yeah, I got some fond memories of that track. You know, my son sang the backing vocals in that track as well. And it's called The Family. There's a lot going on in that track. We did it with, I think, 16 or 20 different people, and we let them sing the chorus in groups. And if you pay attention to it, the chorus is always swelling because it starts with 4 people. The second one is with 8, all meshed together. And the final chorus is with everyone together. And the whoa was with my son as well. I got a photo when I'm holding him and singing it. The bridge, the bass solo kind of, got replaced by a guy, Stefan. He's been a bass player in a legendary punk band as well. So we gave him the honor to play that part as well. He's a guy that goes to all our shows as well. And we just wanted to have him involved as well. The track is called The Family for a reason. There's a lot of depth to it, so I had to share it. And I know you never played it at the show. It's one of the tracks you didn't play yet. So
great track. And funny enough, you sent those to me Saturday afternoon, and I think I was listening to the Young Ones, their new mini LP with a touch of panache just came out on Friday. And I was listening to it on Spotify when I was driving. And if you have Spotify, as you know, it ends. And after that, because I listen to Day Drinker a lot, it throws Day Drinker on, and that track is the Day Drinker track that just popped on after the Young Ones. The mini LP ended, all 7 tracks, and then the next track was Day Drinker, and it was The Family, which is pretty funny because later that day you sent me that track.
wow, that's definitely It was written in the stars, it seems, that it had to be on the show, this song.
It did. I saw your emails with that day, or your messages, and I had heard that track on the way there, and I was thinking to myself, like, I don't think I played this one. I really like this track. I wonder why I didn't pick this one. There's so many other great tracks. I mean, that's probably why. But I was thinking I probably should play this at some point. And then you said that you sent some tracks, including a Day Drinker track, and I thought, oh, I hope he sent that one because I don't think I've played that one. And then so that's what you said.
Yeah, it's a very precious track to us with a lot of meaning. And we put it also in a set list to play it with a new lineup with Richard. So Ronnie is gonna do Change part, I think, but we're gonna keep the song in a new set for sure.
Say I haven't heard Richard sing, but does he have a very high pitched voice so he can fill in for what Jane was doing in all the other tracks Jane did?
I have no idea. I have no idea. But I think he's gonna do a great job on the backing vocals. So I heard he's actually a great singer. So it's only gonna add to the musicality of the band, I think.
Good.
No one can replace Jane, of course, but the new lineup will be also high quality and more less California punk kind of, and I think there's going to be more of the Reapers in it.
Oh, well,
I'm
there you go.
very
Not a bad thing. Not a bad
myself. No, absolutely not. Definitely looking forward to see Ronnie again as well. He's a great guy, and together with Antoine.
I definitely want to reach out to Ronnie and see how he's doing. Hopefully, things are going great for him right now. It's great that he's busy with Crown Court.
Yeah, absolutely, and many other things. I think he's only playing live with Crown Court, but for the rest, he's demoing a lot.
Oh, that's good. I saw that he ended his time with the Reapers. He did his last show a couple months back, something like that.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, he does what he loves to do, being in a studio and creating music. And now he finally has the time for it. So I think he enjoys it.
Well, that's good. Well, we'll transition back from them on the note that when you guys get together for Day Drinker, you got to plan a weekend because you're several hours apart, right?
Mhm.
To record, to practice, and all that. Well, for Direct Action, I know you and Antoine are close together, but is everybody closer in proximity, easier to practice? Obviously, you're going to be doing a lot of shows, so you guys have got to be a lot closer together than Day Drinker.
Yeah. Like me, Antoine, and Jeremy are living fairly close together. I'm living on the other side of the language border, the Dutch side, and Antoine and Jeremy on the French side. But in theory, it's only 5 kilometers apart. It's a 10-minute drive. Jörg lives the farthest away in Ypres,
Yeah,
so
for me, it's no problem to reach in Moeskroen. So
yeah, it's not crazy distances like in Day Drinker that we have to drive 3 hours to have a rehearsal. So
Right.
yeah, that definitely works now. These days, we're also rehearsing and again every week, so we're getting definitely tighter as a band, and yeah,
trying to get stage ready as well.
yeah.
Well,
We
you're going to
wanna-
get a lot of practice on the stage coming up, it sounds like.
yeah, absolutely.
Well,
lot of it
hopefully nobody quits the band after if they have a goof up or something like that with
Fingers
all the
crossed.
time coming
Yeah,
up, right? Sounds like it was all for the better, but yeah, just keep moving forward.
Absolutely. Yeah, but and I think this lineup will last for a while. Like Jorg is very motivated. He's a great guy, great guitar player. Me, I'm also a whole other level of crazy when it comes to dedication. And actually, Antoine and Jeremy are playing together for more than 20 years, I think. So that's also something you can hear on the album. This great
It's something
rhythm
unique
section.
them.
Yeah, absolutely. And we both give him total freedom. So it sounds like a hardcore record, but if you pay attention to the drums, there's a lot of details in it, especially in the last song. I don't know if you listen to the entire album. Probably not. But
No, I did. You said that to me like a week or so ago. It took me a couple days before I had the time because I get all that music on my laptop, so I have to actually be sitting down at the laptop as opposed to, I listen to Spotify when I'm on the go at the gym, driving, and all of those things. And so I did get a chance to listen, and I noticed on the album, is there 9 tracks, something like that? Is there nine,
Yeah.
10, something like that? And probably like the first 2/3 of the album are hardcore, right? It's pretty much, it's a hardcore. You can like, yeah, Direct Action's hardcore, but the last 2 or 3 tracks are definitely, they're noticeably different. They're not exactly like, oh, the
Exactly.
sounds changed up a little bit.
Yeah, especially the title track is a song that Jorgen wrote. And we kind of wanted to do the same thing as a social anxiety thing. I don't know if people know, but we also end our shows with a jam, like with the whole band jamming. I just let them groove. Put myself aside as a singer, and I let the musicians groove. It's, in my opinion, it's better than a guitar solo, and it's a better ending to the show, in my opinion. And we wanted to recreate the same thing in the studio. So we, at the final track, there's this kind of build up with a drum solo in it, and Jeremy is following the drums on bass really well. If you pay close attention to it, there's a lot of cool stuff and a lot of detail in the rhythm section there, and that's something that I want to definitely keep into the band, give the members freedom and just create something themselves, so, and in that track, they definitely shine through. Jeremy and Antoine, they're really great musicians. Yeah.
That's great. And I think when performing live too, when you can tell the band really enjoys what they're doing, so playing tracks that they enjoy playing, I think the audience notices those things, and so they have a better time too, as opposed to I've seen bands play some tracks that have been playing those tracks probably for 20, 30 years and 50 plus shows a year, and who knows how many times they've already played that track. And you can see on some of their faces, they're just kind of going through the motions like, yeah, this is the 2000th time I played this song, as opposed to when you're playing something that you actually really like.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
And I got that social anxiety one since I was doing show and tell earlier. I figured I'd show that one off too. All of those that you gave me when I saw you this past February.
Yeah, that tape also ends with the jam in the studio.
Nice.
That was
And
the
those
very
tracks are
first
also
time
on
we were in the
Bandcamp.
studio. Yeah, it's also on Bandcamp. The track is called Social Anxiety, so check it out.
All on Bandcamp, and that's really cool that it's kind of a callback to previous music.
Exactly. That there's a big difference in the music, though, in my opinion, because to me, the Turning Point album is sounds. It's the most honest album, in my opinion. It really sounds like the band through a PA. A lot of takes were first takes. We kept basically everything. We got a drum solo in it, and in my opinion, the master from the clav really brings that more out. It's a very pure recording, in my opinion. I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing, but there's nowhere to hide. I kind of like that as well. When you listen to an album and you hear the cracks in the vocals or something, or like in the Gorilla Biscuits, and No Reason Why. That's the fucking reason why. I like that. It shows passion. So.
Right. And more natural, right? So I think there's something to say with sounding the way you're going to sound when somebody hears you live as well. If it's too polished and too produced, that's not how you're going to sound when you go play it live. And
No.
people will know the difference. They'll be like, is that the same band? Is that the same track? It doesn't quite sound the same. And you'll get that over years. I mean, same example, a band that's probably played a track 2000 times. I mean, even 200 times, you probably got bored or wanted to change something a little bit. And so there might be little changes here or there to a track. But realistically, it's nobody's going to sound over polished, over produced, or anything like that when they're playing live anyway. So I think you'd probably rather hear closer to what you're going to hear live as opposed to something that sounds like all the imperfections have been polished out.
Yeah, absolutely. I really think it represents the band's live sound really well. I think, yeah, yeah.
No, but
Yeah.
it's actually true. I know a lot of bands they do recording. It's like overproduced. You put it on at home at your stereo, and it's like, wow, what the fuck? It sounds really great. And when you see them live, it's like a disappointment. I mean, if you can't do the things in the studio of playing live, and there's too much difference if you see it live, what's the point? I mean, in my opinion, it's like that. If you can play your songs in the studio like you can play them live, then you're on top of things.
Mm.
I agree. There's a band I
also-
can think of right now from the 90s. I went and saw them in the 90s. Their first album came out and I heard it. I'm like, oh, this is pretty cool. And they were opening up for somebody I wanted to see anyway. And I went and watched. I was like, oh, these guys sound terrible live. That is nothing like what I heard on the recording. And this is about 30 years later now. And still, that's my memory of seeing that band live, is that they sound terrible live, and which is totally different than the recording. So I mean, as a band, I wouldn't want to be remembered that way. I'd rather be remembered as it sounds pretty good, and then it sounds pretty good live, as opposed to, oh, it sounds great on the album and shit live.
Well, like
You can't replace a first impression as well live.
Right?
If you have a shitty sound live as a first impression, all of your people will remember that show. And then you can play 5, 6, 7, 10 good shows. They will always remember that one bad first show when you had that
Right.
shitty sound.
Right. And it might keep people from coming back for the second show if it's not good on the first one. You're like, oh, they suck live. I don't want to go see them again. That wasn't good.
Yeah, people talk.
Yeah.
it passes very quickly.
Yeah. That's what, that's what I was saying at the beginning. You hope that people come, and anybody that came will hopefully spread the word and talk and tell people how good it was. But as you just pointed out, it could work the flip side. If it's bad, they're also going to talk and say how bad it was.
Definitely, especially in such a tight scene as ours.
Yeah.
Like last year when we played in France, we had a whole bunch of people that came from the Vortenvest to that venue.
Uh-huh.
Almost everybody was back again when we played in March in the Vortenvest.
Mm.
People liked it, so that was a good commercial for us.
Are there any shows you guys would like to do? Speaking of, playing in certain areas, I know you're talking about you want to play a couple in Germany, but is there any other shows, festivals, or something like that that the band would like to do together?
Well, yeah, I don't know if you remember from our conversation last time, but you said, like, do you know the Sound of Revolution?
Yeah.
It would be really great if they would do a pre-fest with your on it, on the
Yeah.
pre-fest the day before. Did you saw that they do a pre-fest? Now with the
Dude.
crown court and everything, and I think what was it, Slapshot and everything. So the Revolution calling as a pre-fest now. So you said we would fit perfectly on there. So yeah, it seems like they've been listening. Someone was listening to the episode, but they forgot the most important detail.
Right?
Yeah.
They heard the
We're not
concept,
playing,
but they
so,
got to get you guys there.
Yeah, absolutely. So Martin, if you're listening again, put us on the Sound of Revolution. It would be an honor, and we would really love to play in Holland. We love Holland. Absolutely. The scene, the people, the professionalism. Yeah, that's where we would like to play again, for sure.
Oh, that would be fantastic. That would be really cool for the band. And any hardcore festival, right? But Revolution Calling, definitely a really great
Yeah.
European hardcore festival.
we're
Not
still-
exclusive, but they get a lot of really great hardcore bands there.
Yeah, we still would love to go back to Spain as well, and we're dreaming of going to the United States one day as well. So we're gonna try to pull that in a couple of years as well. That would be the height of our career, to make it ever in the United States.
Right. And it would be great. Obviously, I think your show would be well attended here in Salt Lake, but we're so far away that I would just say, if you go to the US, go play Boston, go play New York, and you'll go play with some Boston hardcore bands and some New York hardcore bands, which would be awesome. And then there's some cool spots at some really good bands like in Connecticut that's right in between those two, Philadelphia, Baltimore, Washington, D.C. You could spend a whole week and travel so little, in the grand scheme of things, it'd be so little travel, at least travel time
Nah,
there. And you
we'll just go to Salt Lake City and we'll play in a ball in a bar in a small town on the way. You know.
right. Well, it's
More
pretty
out
far though. I would love it. I would love it. But that would be like if you decided to come out to the West Coast and play like with some California hardcore bands, and you could play for a week in California just because there's so many big cities. But Las Vegas, Portland, Seattle, and then you'd be able to do Salt Lake City. But it's obviously a lot further distance. Obviously, more travel costs. Everything's farther apart here, like where that drive from like Northern California to Southern California is probably longer than if you would go to Boston all the way down to like Baltimore, Washington, D.C. And you would be able to hit up so many other cities in between. So it makes more sense if you come for the first time. And, as far as hardcore in the US, it's like a California hardcore band, so the West Coast hardcore, or is Boston and New York are the most notable, talked about, have their own sound, those kind of things. And Washington, D.C., Baltimore, those areas have a lot of really good hardcore bands, some good hardcore labels based out of those areas as well. So it would be really cool for your band to play with a lot of those. You'd get just to play with some cool bands, but obviously in front of people that want to see good hardcore.
Yeah, I would definitely would like to make it over there. Absolutely. And yeah, to me, I grown up with New York hardcore bands and the Boston hardcore bands and everything. But to me, like California and Salt Lake and stuff it looks more attractive to me.
Then
Looks
take the
more
extra
like
time and come out here.
where people have the same mentality as us. The same kind of mindset. I don't see Direct Action as a band that would play the East Coast. I, I don't want to piss a lot of people off in the East Coast, of course, but those are the bands we grew up with, our heroes. But I don't feel myself belonging to that tribe.
That's fair to say. That's fair to say. I'd say, you have not that there's not a lot of positivity, but there's probably less positivity in maybe the East Coast stuff as opposed to maybe the West Coast stuff. Maybe a little bit more positive themed as Direct Action.
Yeah,
So
maybe that has something to do with it.
anyway, that would be really cool either way. So definitely, if you come to Utah, I've got a place for you to stay.
We would really love to do that. So yeah, that's what we plan to do. Just build up the band and slowly build up a budget to go to more places and
Well,
spread out the music and make friends and do everything through a network of friends. That's our policy is everything via the network of friends and supporting those who support us. If we ever make it to the USA, we play with a couple bands that want to help us. We can do the same here for them. It's that's how we do things, basically. It's very DIY.
I think it works best that way too. I mean, if you are just going from town to town and hotel to hotel or something like that, that's, I don't know, less personal, probably less memorable as opposed to all the people you get to meet along the way and the friends you actually get to make by having that network, staying with people. When you stay with people, even if it's people you don't know that well, they're probably going to introduce you to other people too. So definitely a better way to build a network and to be more personable.
Absolutely, absolutely. That is to me what it's all about.
Right. On the visual note that I was talking about earlier, since you have some visuals that are coming out singles, I was mentioning stuff about videos. Is that something that you guys are interested in doing? Is creating any video or maybe some live video from your shows that might be utilized with some of your upcoming singles?
Well, we actually did a sort of a studio video ourselves, just by filming with our phones, and Jeremy is actually editing that. So it's from the song "Not Too Late." So we took some images from each musician, and if everything goes well, he's putting that together right now. So we definitely want to release a studio video. For the rest, yeah, we still need to discuss it, but that will definitely be in the works to promote the individual tracks a little bit more. Yeah. We also want to record more live shows as well to give a good impression. Would really like to record a couple angles from the show we're gonna play in 2 weeks, because that's a venue that's very precious to me. It's the scene I grew up with, people I know for more than 30 years. So that would be really great to capture. So yeah, that's something we definitely need to work on. We recorded some time ago in like a theater to help out a friend and to basically train sound engineers. They were with 6 or 7 sound engineers, and they did the sound for us. And also Jeremy, he put out cameras everywhere on different angles and made a compilation of that, and it actually sounds really great. So the guy has a hidden talent that we have to bring out slowly.
He has a lot of hidden talents.
Yeah, absolutely. He just drinks too much.
It sounds like he's a cheap labor then, right? You just pay him in beer?
Yeah, that sums it up quite well, actually.
Where should people follow then, since you're going to be, you have your shows coming up? So for people to know where those shows are, and then if you post any videos or live footage from your upcoming shows, where would you post those? Where should people follow you to check that out?
We're mostly active on Instagram, Direct Action 2K25. You can follow us there, and we share all the news there. We do a little bit of Facebook, but not so much
on Instagram.
But Instagram has the most traction, and it's the best platform to us. If people want the music, for now, Bandcamp, but probably the album will be out on Spotify and YouTube and everything. But if you want to contact us, Instagram. If you want to check out the news, follow everything concerning shows and everything that's going on, Instagram definitely.
So anybody that wants to hit you up to play a show, including what was it, May 1st and 2nd in Germany, central Germany
Yeah, that
somewhere,
would be
right?
awesome to find a contact there, because yeah, I've played with my other bands in Germany, but I don't have any contact, so that's also a place I would really play again. The UK as well. It's been 15 years since I played in the UK, and I also really like that scene. So the world is our oyster. So if someone has something to offer, we come over and play a show. It's as simple as that.
Right? Just hit you up.
Yeah.
Well, is there anything that we didn't cover about the band, or anything that you guys want to cover?
Something you want?
Everybody's looking at me now. No, not really. No, yeah.
Yeah, we just really look forward to bring the album out, and yeah, well, we really appreciate you supporting us with that as well, to give me the time again to yeah, get on the show, you know.
Absolutely, anytime. I'm glad we actually got to meet in person too.
Yeah, that was a bit of a bad moment, but we'll make up for that.
Right. Yeah, what timing, right? I thought it was great timing that I happened to be going to France and you guys happened to be getting together, so I thought I have to go see him. And then yeah, an unfortunate timing that Jane was last weekend with Jane.
It was our darkest hour as a band.
But through the dark you get the light, right? You guys are moving into the
Absolutely.
light now.
Hey, by the way, I just booked my flights to the US next year in July. So we'll be in Los Angeles and San Francisco. So we might come over and say hi.
You
The other way
should.
around.
Absolutely.
If you're
Let me
there, if you're
know.
free. Yeah, absolutely. I'm really, I never made it into the United States. I've been to South America, but I never saw the United States itself. So I think it's going to be a great experience. So it would be cool to hang out.
Absolutely.
We
You're
can have a
welcome to
coffee
come here,
together.
but let me know when you go, just in case. Maybe I'll be able to get out to where you're at.
Oh yeah, that will also be great. It would save us a lot of driving through the desert.
Yeah, yeah. There's not a lot to see from California up here. You see Vegas along the way, and then
Vegas,
there's
yeah, you got the Grand Canyon there.
yeah.
Uh,
Well, on the drive, you have to deviate and go away from like the highway that takes you from California through Vegas up here to actually go see the Grand Canyon. Unfortunately, it's not on the drive.
well, we got the Punk Rock Museum on the drive, so we're definitely gonna pick that one up as well with the kids.
There you go. That'll be awesome. That'll be a lot of fun. All right. Well, hey, I appreciate you guys taking the time. It was great, and always support you guys. I love your music, so of course I'd support you, but always support. I really appreciate you.
Thank you very much, and I'm gonna stay a loyal fan of your podcast.
If it ever sucks, let me know.
Until now, it's been great. So I really enjoy everything you're putting out so far. So yeah, it's great driving music. I play it in the gym. I play it everywhere. So yeah.
Perfect. Well, I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you all for
You too.
joining. And once you rebuild the studio, we'll have to get together all together again and see the new studio.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sounds like a plan. Give me a few months.
That's fair. That's fair. It sounds like there's a few months before the album comes out anyway. Well, I appreciate you guys. Thank you for joining.
Thank you very
Thank
much,
you
and
as
have a
well.
great day. See
You
you
too.
next time.
Sounds good.
Bye.
Thank you.